Hello everybody, my name is Bright Rose and welcome back to Watcher of Realms, where we are once again going to be playing Zombie Invasion, one of my favourite things in Watcher of Realms at the moment, and has been for a while. So, I have been trying out different variations of the relics and things like that, and these are the three that I have kind of settled on. So, in my general playthroughs of this, I think having Spring of Sticks is absolutely vital. So taking the Obsidian Relic kind of just buffs all that up. Then I have this little wonderful gem here, the Power Crystal, which gains me more XP and also will trigger a skill choice about once every 15 seconds-ish, which I think works pretty damn well. And also, we have the Elixir Casket for the extended ultimate duration, and also a few of those little special potions that drop in here and there, which are pretty tasty. Now, I do swap these out occasionally just to try things. Normally, I will always keep the Obsidian and the Power Crystal, and I will swap out the Elixir Casket depending on if I'm trying different things to see if I do a little better here or there. I do also really favour the Forest Heart because that plus 100% HP for the fence just allows you a little bit more leeway, but that is what I'm going for, and we will see exactly how we do. Now, as I say, Spring of Sticks I think is absolutely essential, so that is why we take the Obsidian Crystal. We are going to drop in and we are going to go with that. Now, I am a bit up and down with Blazing Plume. It is a really damn good one, so we are going to take it. But I also do favour Lightning Chain, but we are definitely going to take Blazing Plume for now. The ones we are also looking for are not turning up at the moment, but we're going to take Lightning Chain because it's popped up again. What we want is Blazing Bolt as our final. There it is, Blazing Bolt. So just going over the Spring of Sticks, that is our main. That is the mashing damage that we're going to be doing right, hopefully at the back in this area. Things like Blazing Plume do a lot of damage. They're very, very good. Lightning Chain, that's going to really help in terms of getting your rage back up really quickly, so you can basically fire that ultimate off constantly. And Blazing Bolt, as well as being a big damage dealer, that's your money maker. That's the thing that's going to rake in the gold, especially as enemies start piling up. But what I want to do now is I want to start hammering in to get Spring of Sticks up, because I want that up to 15 as soon as possible. So what we're going to be looking for is we're going to be looking for any abilities, and we're a bit unlucky at the moment in terms of getting all these blue ones, but we want ones that are going to increase and expand the Spring of Sticks as much as possible. And I'm just waiting to fire off the ultimates, there we go, until that warning pops up. So we've already had Razor Red once, so I was just going to take that one to get ourselves a little bit more with the Blazing Bolt. And Proliferate, that is an absolute must. Unfortunately, it's only the purple and not the epic one, but that's what we'll go for. And we're going to double the damage of Spring of Sticks just to really hammer that in as soon as possible. Now, this is a good selection here. However, Maya 2, in this case, is going to be really good because it's going to slow the enemies down as well as reducing the damage reduction that they take. As well, that is going to be really useful. So I'm going to take that right now because we will be increasing our damage later. But you will see it begin to slow down the mobs and take more damage. Right, what am I going to take here? We're not going to take more refreshes. I think we'll boost our fire damage right now because that is going to really help out once things start getting higher. Nether Clemency, that is one of the ones we want to look for because that is going to increase the amount of Spring of Sticks that we are going to be dropping. And we're going to go for Overdrive 2 here just to stack more damage and summons. Fire 3, unfortunately we've already had that once, and whilst it will increase it a little bit, because I think each one of the levels increases it slightly, I'm going to go for Smash, because we're going to Smash is and Fortune are the two that we are wanting for Blazing Bolt, because that is our money coming in. What are we going? We're going for expansion straight up here. Punishment of Light, really good. But I want to hammer these expansions and these things so we get as many of these Spring of Sticks, and hopefully we'll be covering this entire area at the back here as soon as possible. There's another expansion, and you will be able to see... Oh, we're going to take Overdrive here, so we get longer duration and more Spring of Sticks being summoned. So you will see it's slowly getting bigger, and we want this entire area swamped. Spring of Sticks cools down. Yep, I think we'll go for that one. Here comes another boss. Watch Spring of Sticks summon right underneath him, hopefully. Oh, more expansion. There we go, slows him right down. And let's take some crit, let's take some more AoE damage, and we'll get back in. What are we going for here? Proliferate? We've already got a higher one, so it's not really going to help us here. I think I'm going to go for this Overdrive 3. More damage and that summon. These are both a curse and a blessing. Attack is really good. Increasing the common monster's attack. That I don't mind, because they are not going to get, at least at this stage, they're not going to get down to the barrier quickly. Increasing the movement speed, ooh, I shy away from that one. Also increasing their health, because that will get them through my Spring of Sticks faster. We don't want that. Let's take Overdrive 2 rather for the fire. See, this is what we're looking for. This big pool at the back there. And I think we'll take Reaper just to get us some more damage. A few basics of the zombie invasion. If you ever want to see exactly what you've already got, like you're not entirely sure if you might have got the Razor's Edge or Spirit 2, or Split 2 rather, or Light of Thunder, you just click up here and you can see all the ones you've bought. Likewise, if you click the little picture of the hero down here, it will show you all the various stats and exactly where they're up to at the moment. So you can see my dark damage is pretty damn high and crit damage is high as well. I want to see this a lot higher. I've seen it over 1,000 many a time. So we'll see how high we can get. But right here, I think I am going to take Blazing Bolt, because it gets that quantity up. And I'm going to go for the stun, because for every time they are stunned within the Spring of Sticks, that's even more damage they're taking right there. Don't want to play for it. Let's go for Reaper 2 with the old fire here. The Blazing Plume. For the boss coming in, let's see how long it survives. Ooh, let's just scroll out a little bit there. Aha! Fortune 3 for Blazing Bolt, and it's the gold one. That is exactly what we are looking for. That is our money pouring in. And this is one of the special potions, so we're vastly increasing the AoE damage during the ultimate, which again, hopefully, once our rage regen is really high, is going to be firing off basically constantly. You'll see these numbers down here in the bottom right just flying up. Let's get some more fire. Every one of those plumes has the chance of splitting and the detonation, so more. That is exactly what we're going for. Which one do we want to take here? Let's go for... We're going to check here, actually. Razor's Edge. Let's search for it. We've got Razor's Edge 1, so let's take Razor's Edge 2. Just to increase everything. And with hit 15. Now, between these two, reduces the enemy's attack speed plus that 50%, but we do have fire going on here with Blazing Plume, so we want that pursue with dark damage, because that is just going to layer on more and more damage. And here we are, Domain of Sticks, exactly what we want. This is going to be really handy because it is going to push all of these enemies back into the big river of death that we have back there. Got Myra again, we've got this. We are going to go for Piracy 1 here, because we're going to reduce that cooldown even more. Gonna get to about 7 seconds. I don't think it gets any lower than that. I think that's where it caps out. But that is going to be good. Detonate 3. We're gonna snap that one up because all of this chance, all of this AoE damage, that is what we want. Blazing Plume 4. And I'm going to take Assassin. So the elites and the bosses take even more damage. Let's go for an extra Fire Plume because that is going to be even better, especially when everything comes in. Again, more Fire Plumes, more chance of them splitting, more detonate, everything that we want. Right, let's take more attack power and let's take more crit. What have we got here? Oh, well, I think we are going to go for Razor's Edge 3. If, of course, you disagree with any of the choices that I've made, you have a better strategy, things like that, let me know in the comments. And I'll try them out and we'll see how things go. Right, this is a bit awkward. Again, I don't really want to increase the HP. Don't want to increase the movement speed because that'll get them out easier. And I don't have anything doing ice damage. So, yeah, we're probably going to go for the gold. They can be a real trap, those. Quite often forcing you into making a decision which is really going to harm you. Also note, I've got ultimates on the auto here, just simply because when I get that rage regen up to the top, it's just going to be firing all the time, and there's going to be so little actual downtime. It's going to be quite good. Proliferate 3, is that the one that we had? Nope. We are going to take that one then, ramp ourselves up. So we should begin to see loads of these Spring of Sticks just piling up back here. All the ones that are summoned in, all the ones that are caused by dying. Look how fast that boss went down. Now, I know it's a little bit controversial, especially because we've currently got the buff on the game where you can buy these XP potions. I know not everyone is really happy about that, and people don't suggest you don't buy them, but I quite like buying them, especially if you get one of these big ones really early on in the game, because that is going to give me so many skill choices right now. So of course, we buy that. Let's see, Nether Calamity, yes, let's go for that. Overdrive, not so bad, but we're gonna go for Blazing Bolt again. Reaper, let us take a Reaper. Stack up that damage. Circuit Halt, close to the enemy gets very useful for the old lightning chain here, so we're gonna take that one. Split, another very good one. So I think we will take that just to begin to tick those abilities up. Another Nether Calamity, we're going to take that for even more summoning of sticks back there. Exactly what we want. For a very long time, they are hopefully not even going to get past this area, and if they do, the Main of Sticks will just push them straight back into it. Got to be really careful, especially because we've got 2 light abilities here. What we want is we want to stack up on one particular one first, which is why I'm going to take Execution, because you need to get 3 of these awakened abilities, or these masteries, to be able to get the very top awakened ability. So that's what we're going for. What do we want? Well, actually, let's just check if we do have... Yeah, we have Smash 1. And where is Fortune? There's Fortune. So we've got our 2 money makers there. We don't need that. We don't really need that. So what I'm going to take, because it increases the crit rate of Blazing Bolt by another 10%. So we'll be taking that. And went down so fast, didn't you? Right, let's increase the luck, because luck is going to just increase the chance of all of our wonderful abilities proccing. more dark damage, and I think I'm going to actually take that XP potion because that is going to push us into the next level. So there we go. And I think I will take split 3 again because I want that increased damage. Ooh, let's take... Ooh, yes. Well, let's just check if we've got any sharpnesses first of all. We don't. So this is going to decrease... Oh, sorry, reduce the enemy's defense and magic res. Very good. Also that plus damage, especially when we get that bouncing so much. It's going to just cover the entire enemy force. What are we going to go for? See, here's one of these little traps that it gets us with. I would like to increase my dark damage, but I do not want to increase the common monster's HP by that much. It's only for some, though. So which one do we take? Ice damage, not really useful to us. Refreshes, it's going to force me into taking that one. It's only some of the common monsters, though. I think that's a recent change, but still. Right, let us take Overdrive 2 in this case, because this is going to increase the ultimate effect and increase the chance of it triggering. With our increased luck, even more chance. Plus, it's going to get us to 15. So we make very careful that we are taking the Blazing Bolt one, which is going to be enough to get us Divine Judgment, which is another big sweeping attack. See how the boss does. Oh yes, ripping them down. Right, we'll take some single target, we'll take some light damage with some more attack speed and another little grab of that potion. Oh, look at that selection right there. Oh, if only I could get these two, that would be beautiful. I don't think I've ever seen all of these mythic grade ones like that before, but the only ones I'm going to take right now is the Fallen Phoenix. Oh, if only I could have got those, that would have been beautiful. Let's expand our detonate range, because that's just even more AoE damage stacking on top of each other. And let's take Light of Thunder, just to get even more blazing bolts dropping. Because again, we've got two light abilities here, Lightning Chain and Blazing Bolt, and we've now a fully awakened Blazing Bolt, we need to get up to 30 if we want to fully awaken Lightning Chain and get no place to hide. See how it rips this boss down? Ooh, a little bit slow, a little bit slower. One of the things that will happen is if the boss is behind other mobs, its HP won't go down as fast because it will be being shielded, and your ability is going to target the closer ones, which is a little annoying. But as soon as it becomes the front one, when the little mobs die off, you are going to see their health rip down a lot faster, which is what ultimately gets you later in the fight. Let's see, monster HP. Oh, I think we're going to have to just bump that monster HP up a little bit to get that bonus attack. Didn't want to do it, but this is where we begin to get forced into these decisions. Ah, Fortune again. We've already got Fortune 3. We don't need to take it again. We don't need to take Proliferate, in which case we are on Intensity Detonation for more damage. And I am going to take Slow, because again, we really just want to make sure that the enemy is staying in that Spring of Sticks pool as long as possible. Let's see, what are we going to go for? Do I have a punishment of light? We do not. Okay, so let's take that. So even more damage is being done on top. And this punishment of light is going to be really good in the later stages, especially with all the gold that is going to be pouring in from your various abilities with Blazing Bolt and things like that. Once this gold starts stacking up in the thousands, it's going to add so much more additional damage on to those blazing bolts, which eventually will hopefully just be raining constantly down on the field. What happens here? There we go, she's at the front, and she starts taking it down. Okay, we will take Spring of Sticks to restore, because that is going to be very useful. Let's take some more dark damage. Let's take that attack. I'm not going to take those refreshes right now, but I am going to hit refresh there. We'll take that XP, we'll take more dark damage, and more AoE. Unfortunately, we didn't get any other mythic level ones. That would have been very good. And I think we will do a little bit more bouncing around. Which one do we want to take? It's a toss-up between these, but I think I'll take more dark damage. See what we've stacked it up to so far. We are at 600% dark damage. Very nice. Okay, what are we going to take here? We'll take more luck, more crits. More restore rage. Thank you very much. Then we'll hit a quick refresh and we'll take more luck, more attack, more of that XP. Oh, let's see what we get on this last one. We'll take that dark burn, and I think we will actually take those refreshes and that XP. There we go. We're only down to 45 gold, but that is okay. We'll take Reaper 3 as well. And now we're getting to the point where the amount of XP we need to go up between each level is not going to be covered by any of the XP potions. So at this point, we're not going to really be buying any XP potions unless it's the really big one that drops in. But we'll see where we go from there. Right, what have we got? Movement speed, and attack. Again, the ice damage is really useless to us right now. So unfortunately, we're going to have to increase movement speed, and we may as well do it with more dark damage. Because if they're going to be getting through that Spring of Sticks faster, we may as well hurt them more whilst they're doing it. Very shortly as well. Oh, we have all those. Let's refresh. We want something better. Let's just check, actually. Looking on Lightning Chain. Circuit Halt. Ooh, we've already got that. Detonate damage. Let's take the detonate damage. Shortly, we're going to get to 44, and we're going to see the one that's going to cause us a lot of pain in 20 levels' time. This is the boss that does so much damage, because they are normally right behind all of the other mobs. And there's going to be... Oh, I really wanted that continuous trigger. Damn. Okay, we'll take those two. And we'll just save that, because they're going to stay right behind. Plus, because they're a magic boss, they attack this directly, and it's not until they die that that attack will stop. So they have a potential, especially with the huge waves of monsters coming in, to do a lot of damage to your fence before you're able to tackle them. Let's also take a moment quickly. Oh, which one are we going to go for? I think we've already got Fortune 3. So, where's it at? Fortune 3. Yep, Fortune 3 is there. So, let's go for Detonate. Yeah, let's take a look just down here at the bottom right as the ultimate runs out. How fast are we currently regenning? Yeah, that's pretty good. Could go faster, could go faster. So, the ultimate is down for probably about 2-3 seconds, something like that. But definitely enough that is going to be able to hit. Ooh, detonate split. Let's go for you. And what do we have here? Right, more crit rate, more AoE. Might just scoop up that refresh and use it straight away. Haha, there it is. Constantly trigger blazing bolt. We'll also get some luck. We'll take the dark burn, and I think I might just get that one. This one is pretty useless to us. For honest, each Fire Mastery increases ice damage, each Ice Mastery increases fire damage. Again, we don't have any of that ice stuff right now, but if we get the light and dark one, that is going to be very useful. We do have the ability to get this potion over here, the freeze potion, which will inflict Winter's Bite, which does do ice damage, but you know what, let's just take it. Right, what have we got here? Common monsters attack, common monsters attack, common monsters defense. Let's go for that attack. With the bonus dark damage, of course. One more fire, and we've got our final one up here. So hopefully we'll get that shortly. Here comes the next boss. Kill off those mobs in front of it. So there's the damage beginning to tick in now. Right, let's take some attack. Let's just get another refresh. We'll flip on. More luck, more light damage, more AoE. And I'm going to be very cautious here. I'm going to stop spending as we get to around 1,000 at this point, just so we can keep that extra damage from Punishment of Light. Keeping them going. And we will take a sharpness 3 again, which is going to get us here. I would like the detonate trigger chance to be higher, and we're going to get Phoenix Plume. After hitting the target, Fire Plume will additionally split 2 fire plumes. Very good, very good. And you can see the fireworks going off up there now, still holding them back, and we are getting into the danger zone now. Wave 64, that is the one, that's the killer, that's the one that gets everyone. And we are getting so close to it right now. Let's see what we've got here. Don't really want any of those. Let's refresh to see if we can get one of these. Aha! That's one that we wanted. Increased initial number and guarantees to inflict burning. That is going to work very well, because that means that all of our Fire Plume abilities are automatically going to trigger. We're going to get bouncing onto different mobs, and we're going to do even more damage. So we want to take that one. And I think I would just grab a little bit more single target damage. But right now we are on the push to get as much gold as possible. So that means a reduced amount of spending. Because again, the more damage we want and we can get from that Punishment of Light ability, Blazing Bolt deals an extra damage equal to 30% of gold, is going to do so much good, especially now as we've got a lot more Blazing Bolts dropping down because of all those increases that we got, and it is continuously triggering. We want it as high as possible. Right, let's check, because it's going to be one of these that we're going to want to get, and we're just going to have a quick look. What's that one? Pursuit 2. Let's check. We've already got Pursuit 2 and light damage, so let's go for the light damage one, because that's a base increase on all of our light abilities, so that's pretty nice. There's the boss of wave 60, absolutely eating it. What we're going to go for here, I think we will do this one. Which one do we want to take? Increase the chain. Yep, that's what we want. We'll go for that one. More bounce, more damage. Don't need to increase fire mastery. We'll increase the fire damage a little bit. Let's just bump through a few of these, see if there's a special one. What's our light mastery on currently? Can't see. Never mind. Let's just take it anyway, because it's going to be useful. And a little bit more luck, a little bit more damage. That will do us, I think. So we're now on this build up to wave 64, the big one, the killer. And we'll watch our gold spill up down there to as high as possible. As you can see, we've got some of these big groups of enemies pushing through. They're getting further and further down the field now, and that is not what we want. We want them to be forced back. Here he comes. What do we want to take? Do we want to take any of these? Yes, let's take dark damage. Let's take light damage. Let's leave it there. So that the Blazing Bolt is doing as much damage as possible. Another Domain of Sticks, please. Shove them back. There we go. Have we killed enough yet? Monster HP for one extra skill choice. Ooh, I think I'll take... Oh, what have we got for the skill choice? Be a good one, be a good one. Ah, lovely. We did quite well off that one. So let's go for... Actually, let's just quickly check. What's our blast at the moment? Oh, have we not got a blast? We don't have a blast. That's going to be a wonderful addition. And there's the boss taking damage. Let's go for overdrive. Ripping down, and they are gone. So now we are past wave 64, the boss is defeated, and we are pushing on. Things are still dangerous though, because look at the sheer waves of mobs coming forward. They're going pretty slowly because of our fire plume and things like that, slowing them down even when they're not in the Spring of Sticks, but the sheer quantity of them is making it really difficult right now. The boss is at the front again, and push everything back. Now we're going to see the next lots of Spring of Sticks right there being summoned a lot further forward, which is not what we really want, but that is automatically going to happen when the mobs move forwards. And now, as you'll see down in that bottom right corner, the Domain of Sticks isn't pushing them all back. And when you fall in this mode, in Zombie Invasion, it happens so fast. Everything will just turn. The sheer amount of mobs getting in down to the bottom is just going to mean that this damage is going to pile up so quickly, and you're going to see that health bar just rip away. Let's take that giant detonate, and unfortunately, oh, yep, there we go. It's over. Damn it. Wave 72, not bad. That is about where I'm getting to on the average fights at the moment. So, thank you very much, everybody. I'm going to cut it here. If I do any better, you will see another update video of me doing hopefully better, getting further. I really want to get to those 3 figures. If you have any suggestions for things that I might be able to try, or you do that you think would work better, let me know in the comments below. I would be very grateful. But right now, thank you very much, everybody. I'll see you again. Probably another pull video. There's some good heroes coming up. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.